The following is a paid program sponsored by Get Elevated. Please be advised that the voices and opinions you hear do not necessarily represent the views of KUNV Las Vegas, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.
Please note that while we will cover a multitude of topics, including many alleged health benefits, all information provided should be considered anecdotal and informational. Please consult with your physician before adding cannabis to your medical regimen. Cannabis is for adults 21 years of age and older. Also, paid sponsorships are not to be misconstrued as preferred or favored by the host. In any way, they are merely that, paid sponsorships. Good morning and happy Saturday. Welcome back to another edition of Get Elevated with Gia G Money. And I'm here today with one of my newly, I'd say, almost best friends. Mark, wouldn't you? Almost best. His name is Mark Kanz, and he's from High Times, and he is not with me in the studio, though I am looking at him at his home office, and we have an amazing connection. Mark, hello.
Hello, Gia. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So for those of you listening, this is a show about cannabis. We talk about truth and clarity in all things cannabis. This season is about cannabis and ... We're filling in that today with cannabis and High Times. I am so honored to have Mark here representing High Times. I feel like I'm going big time by having you on here, and you probably feel like you're going big time by being on here.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Honored to be here. You have an amazing platform and an amazing personality, and I'm just excited to be able to share this with you and your audience.
We're gonna have fun. So, cannabis and High Times. So, Mark Kanz, can you give us your bio? Like, just who are you? What's your jam?
Oh man, well, I am born and raised in the sunny shores of South Florida.
Ooh.
Fort Lauderdale. And I moved to middle of nowhere, Cleveland, Ohio, where I really got that Midwest, those Midwest morals.
Quick summary. You were raised by retirees, and then you were shipped to no man's land. Yeah?
Almost. You could almost assume that. But no, my parents were not. They're retired. They were hardworking and trying to make a living for us.
Sure.
Family splits up. I moved to Ohio, moving with my mother. I finished up middle school and high school there. Hated Ohio at first, really love it and enjoy it now. Then moved to New York City, went to school out there, hustled and bustled, and now I've been in Los Angeles for 7 years.
What brought you to LA?
So I was managing a actor, comedian, and musician in New York for a little bit, and we were watching Entourage at the time, and we were like, this is our life, this is so cool, what?
Wow.
So he moved to LA to pursue acting, and I stayed in New York, and then when I was kind of fed up with my suit and tie marketing job in New York, I touched base with him. He was like, look, it's going well for me out here, it's fun, move out here, and I always wanted to move to LA or California for a little bit of my life.
Of course.
So I moved out to pursue the entertainment world and join the crazy cutthroat world of talent agency life.
Really? Hey, wait, who were you managing, can you say, in New York? Who was the comedian? I do comedy. You could manage me and make me big time, no?
I could blast you into the atmosphere. No, this is his name's Cooper Rivers, a dear friend of mine. He's very talented, but he is it's a tough industry to break into and really make a name for yourself, so he's still working his way up.
Okay.
But luckily, he will be coming out. He will have a role in a movie that I cannot say just yet.
Okay.
That is going to be very prominent.
Wow.
So hopefully that's his big break.
So talent management. So who were you managing? What was the scoop on that?
Yeah, so essentially moved into the talent agency world in L.A., worked in the mailroom, which is where everybody has to start. I'm literally delivering mail to A-type crazy agents within these buildings, and then first got into music touring, so booking musicians on tour across the country.
Wow. Anybody cool that I would know? I'm such a what is that word when you say like starstruck? Like I love hearing about celebrity stuff. Bring it.
Enamored?
No, I just like
Rick Springfield.
Jesse's girl.
Exactly.
Dude, I know that guy. Is he still kicking it? He's still doing it?
He's still doing it. He's got a cool little stripped down show,
8675309, right? Isn't that something like the right?
Yes. So essentially music touring for a little while. Rick Springfield, Bob Seger, John Hyatt, a lot of big names, medium names, whatever else. I did that for a while. And then I got into comedy touring, live stand-up comedy touring. Working with Gabriel Iglesias, Frank Caliendo, Joe Coy, whoever else.
Oh, my gosh.
And that was a fun, goofy world. Putting people on tour.
You didn't do comedy, though, in all of that?
No. I was just the representative helping to book these pieces of talent on tour.
Wow.
And then I produced a little small comedy show at the famous, legendary Cantor's Deli here in Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh,
So it's a
I
nice
was
little Jewish
just there.
deli.
I was just there about a month ago, loading up on those little nut rolls. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it was such a small world. Okay.
And then we signed the agency that I was at. We signed High Times as a client. They're known for the Cannabis Cup festivals, booking great talent and musical acts for their cups.
Mm-hmm.
So we were working with them to book, Wu-Tang and a bunch of music and comedy acts for their festivals.
Okay.
I got close with them. They were like, hey, we like you. We could use you. Come on over. And honestly, at first I was like, I want to pursue this. I'm okay for now.
Sure.
I'm going to keep doing this. And then 6 months later, I was kind of fed up working in the agency life, and High Times and I chatted again, and I moved over there, and I've been there for about 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a beautiful roller coaster ride.
And tell me, what exactly is your role, Mark Kanz?
So now I'm director of competitions. So I run the Cannabis Cup competition.
So it's very focused on the okay, got it.
I mean, look, we all wear several hats.
Sure.
A lot of people think that High Times is some big billion-dollar corporation, but in fact, we are just a very long-standing, tenured startup in my eyes.
Oh.
We got a small team, big dreams. We got competitions, we got events, we got retail, delivery, magazines still popping out every month with great content.
There you go. There it is.
So yeah, we're doing a lot with a small team.
So let's talk about your cannabis experience, because I think to really work with this plant, there has to be a special relationship. I mean, well, anyone can work with the plant, but what's your relationship? What's your journey to cannabis?
So I first touched cannabis when I was 13 years old in a barn in Ohio.
Nice.
My
God,
older
I love
brother
these
and his
stories.
friend, exactly.
As a side note, a lot of the men, in fact, a lot of the men I have on the show, they have their first experience around 13, 14, and it's everything from bar mitzvahs to here we go, barns in Ohio. Please say more.
Yeah. So go upstairs. I smell a little bit of this. I'm like, I feel like I know what this is, although I haven't tasted it.
Right.
And asked my older brother, I was like, are you going to smoke? Should we try? You want to do this?
Right.
And he doesn't smoke. It makes him way too paranoid and whatnot. But, he had good friends and they were fine. And they weren't the type to be like, milk this bong or take 20 edibles or whatever else. So they were good. They were like, all right, this is the kid's first time. Let's give him a tiny little bowl. I smoked a little bowl and barely really felt it, but just felt it a little bit enough to be like, okay, this is nice. Didn't really mess with it too much after that. And then at the end of senior year of high school, I really started to get into it. It became much more prevalent in my life. Yeah. I was enjoying and indulging it with friends, in the middle of nowhere, back roads of Ohio, after high school, smoking blunts and
quality
freestyling.
Freestyling. Were you doing, what do you call them, ciphers? Do you guys making circles outside of the playground?
Exactly. Putting some instrumentals on, getting the homies in a car and just doing a little spit and flows.
But let's go 13 though. Gosh, 13. That's a kid. I started smoking weed when I was 47.
Oh, wow.
Right. So
really?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I just love, it's wild, right?
But you're still working up to 47. I mean, you're not 47 now.
I know, right? It looks like 27 and tops. No. Mark,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm older. Anywho, I am wise and learned now, and I can use, there's two things I'm glad about this age is, number one, I can consume cannabis, and I have wisdom, so I'm not going to do dumb stuff. You know what I mean? I have more discernment than what I if I were 13. And then also, I like that I got the marriage out of the way, so now I'm divorced because now I have money and time and wisdom to live my life. So these are two things I'm grateful for.
Love that.
Right. Okay, so let's get back to you. Did you have any crazy things when you were young where you smoked too much and you buttered your arm in a restaurant instead of a bun or anything like that? Any fun stuff? That may have happened to someone I know, maybe.
Nothing that fun, but I do remember getting drunk off Hypnotic at a high school party. Ooh. And had a bunch of Oreos and then smoked some weed, and that just turned me, and I was throwing up blue juice and Oreos.
Oh.
Not to get into all the delicious graphics.
That's the story I wanted. That's the story.
Mm-hmm. And was center of the party, right in the middle of the kitchen, just that young kid around all these other, older friends of mine.
Not a good look, man. Yeah. Not a good look. Did you get a nickname from that night? Did they give you something? Come on.
No, my nickname was always Marky to all my older friends. So they just
Real
call me
original.
Marky, Lil Marky, whatever else.
Real original. Did you get Marky
Real
Mark for a
original.
minute? I mean, like throw that in, did you? No.
Yeah, people toss the Marky Mark out there.
Now for a quick word from our sponsors. From the chief lobbyist of Matos Consulting, Jay is spearheading a new bill for consumption lounges. Jay is passionate about alternative places to consume cannabis so our city and the Strip can remain family-friendly.
Okay, so you've had an interesting life, though. Like, real talk. To me, comedy, I've done stand-up for, I don't know, maybe 10 years. Not the past 2 years much because of the whole Rona and stuff, but it's kind of a fascinating group of people. It's a different lifestyle, and you've kind of lived a lot of lives in that realm, right? Some cool experiences, would you say?
Yeah, definitely some cool experiences. A lot of unique industries and different places of living. So it's been fun. I'm grateful for where I've gone and who I've met, and it's all helped me to become the person I am today.
Yeah. So the person you are today is running these competitions for High Times. And did you start doing this with High Times? Let's talk about your career at High Times.
I started as, kind of just all things business development and helping with the event production.
Okay.
So putting together different content ideas, helping to bring in musicians to do more content stuff, helping to do the talent booking for our festivals, and really working hand in hand with our VP of events at the time to, just make our festivals as great as possible, organization-wise, production-wise, entertainment and other elements-wise. So that was fun. Got to dip my toes in that for a little while and produce, some of our smaller private events like Female 50, which is a nice little luncheon honoring some of the most influential women in cannabis. We also do High Times 100.
I wasn't invited.
Which is
I was not invited. Can we talk about that for next time? I mean,
now we know you. Now we know you. Exactly.
Yeah. Now I'm on there. I'm coming. I'm booked. I'm done.
Exactly.
I
we do High Times 100, which is similar. Award show honoring the 100 most influential people in cannabis.
Okay, I'll go to both of those. So the women, and then I'll go to the general because it's an overlap. Got it.
Exactly.
So oftentimes on the show, we talk about the Mount Rushmore of cannabis. Since you have access to all of these amazing people in cannabis, I would like to know who would be on your Mount Rushmore for cannabis. And then I will share mine.
Ooh.
And then perhaps we can come together and agree upon a modified version that meets us both in the middle. Yeah? Let's talk about it.
I like that.
Yeah. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Well, we have to give a nod to the late, great Jack Herrera, as well as the late and great Frenchie Cannoli.
No one has said those people. Can you give a quick 411 on Jack Herrera and why he's significant and Frenchie? Because not everybody knows.
Well, I have not had the pleasure of meeting either of them, so I may not be the best person to get into their biography. But Jack Herrera is a very well-known legendary cultivator who has coined the Jack Herrera strain, which has obviously permeated the entire world. And Frenchie Cannoli is one of the most prolific hash makers who, just help people learn the best ways to create some of the most high-quality hash and rosins and different concentrated cannabis products.
Yeah.
So, we've seen them both pass in the past few years or so.
Yeah. When I first was going into cannabis, I was asking everyone, because I didn't smoke my whole life. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, this plant does what? And I was learning. And someone recommended the book. I want to say The Emperor Has New Clothes. I mean, there's
the
also
Emperor Wears No Clothes. That's Mr. Jack Herrera himself.
That's right. And there's many iterations like that. The book has been updated. And I found that to be a great start to really understand how the culture began. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, so I would say those two. Swami, who's also another great cultivator, he might go on there.
Tell me more about Swami. I'm actually not familiar with Swami.
Yeah, he runs Swami Select, and he's one of California's Emerald Triangle's top cultivators.
Okay, and can you tell people listening about the Emerald Triangle? Because people always ask, about is weed better in Cali or here? And let's go there for a second. Tell us about the Emerald Triangle.
Yeah, Emerald Triangle is a region in Northern California where weed was really prolific. Black market grows were huge out there, and people just trying to grow cannabis. Humboldt County, Mendocino County, those are really the main aspects, as well as Trinity. So it's kind of the triangle in which all of those meet.
Okay.
And it's kind of, just the country's most infamous weed-producing hotspot.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Frenchie, Jack, Swami.
And a last one, man. I'm
gonna let you look at this shirt for a second to see if any of those trigger anything for you.
or you just
okay, yeah. I
like
see
have
where
a
you're
shirt.
going.
Yeah,
So
just,
we got a Bob Marley and we got a Snoop Dogg on there. I would say maybe Bob Marley. I think I think it's also good to have people who maybe have passed. I think obviously Mount Rushmore is people all who have passed.
Yeah.
So could be Bob Marley on there.
Yeah.
And then
throw up a 5. Throw it up.
Dennis Perone.
I do not know Dennis Perone. Humbly, I say I do not know Dennis Perone.
So he was a cannabis activist who really helped. He was a leader in the movement of legalization of cannabis throughout the 1990s in California.
God, I feel like
and mostly in San Francisco. Was also a gay man that was advocating for just more equal rights for the LGBT community. Just a major figure in the whole cannabis legalization movement in California. So we did a special award for him a couple years ago.
Okay.
Giving him, Humanitarian Award of the Year in 2019.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a prolific person who probably deserves to be on this Mount Rushmore as well. Mount Cushmore.
Oh my God. Mark, you've just changed my life. Of course it's Mount Cushmore.
Of course.
Okay, you know what? As part of the Get Elevated with GS shirts that have not been made but are soon to be made, I'm going to have Mount Cushmore on there. Why I love this question is your answer was the most unique, and that tells us like where you live, what influences you in cannabis, which is awesome. Because, I mean, Bob always comes up, Bob Marley, and rightly so, right? He, in another Mount Rushmore, like we could have like a couple different areas, but Willie Nelson comes up.
Nice.
Yeah, and last week we talked about like Wiz Khalifa, Snoop, like people really with the culture and so it was kind of a myopic look at the Mount Rushmore, and also I feel like I should be on there. As since I've just made your top 50 and 100 list, and I have this radio show, I think it should be.
And now you're going to be on the Mount Cushmore. Well, I hope my answers resonate with the real.
Yeah, it's like yes and. No, you've educated me on that. I love that. No, dude, I think that's epic, and I keep asking this question. But I also love that there's no right or wrong. We're not making it. It's just going to be a shirt, so I'm going to be on my own shirt on the Mount Cushmore.
Exactly.
Right. It's
actually,
your world. Mark,
you get to paint it the way you want.
We should make a brand out of this. Let's put a pin in that. Let's
little Mount Cushmore.
Let's go it. Mount Cushmore.
Put a pin in that.
Can you see like the outlines?
Mount Cushmore.
The outlines of people on the brand. Like that sort of like line art. Okay.
I'm seeing there is indeed a Mount Cushmore. It's a song by Redman, Be Real, and Method Man. So
okay.
They're already ahead of the game, and they probably put themselves on the mountain already.
Can you send me that song so I don't forget it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Support for Get Elevated with Gia is provided by Curaleaf. With 2 locations in Las Vegas and 1 in Ely, Nevada, Curaleaf specializes in cannabis products ranging from edibles to flower. More information is available at curaleaf.com. Curaleaf, Nevada. Cannabis with confidence. Keep out of reach of children. For use by adults 21 years of age and older.
Let's get back to you. So your work, you started out at High Times and you've been working your way up to this amazing role that you're in now. You've been on a number of events, the festivals. What is that like? Maybe I'm just a lightweight, right? And I've been to a lot of events here in Nevada, a lot. But I just wonder like what it's like to be at a big cannabis event like that with just like the best weed ever. Like, what's that experience like? And well, can I back up? Before you answer that, what is your current consumption of cannabis?
I am a joint guy. So throughout I'm putting my hands up in quotations, career of cannabis, which is really just my lifestyle of indulging in cannabis since mostly 18 and onwards.
Right.
I learned how to roll joints. I learned how to roll joints very well, and I was always the joint roller. So I am a joint roller. I'm a flower guy. I love to roll joints, and I typically will have, a joint a night. I don't really like to smoke during the day. I'm not the best with working or doing emails or, all the stuff that you need quick attention on. And not to say that, weed is always detrimental to people's attention span, because some people I know cannot focus unless they smoke.
Yeah.
I'm one where it's like, all right, I can get my work done, and then I just want to, disconnect from the world, smoke a joint, be done, cook myself a meal,
drink
go skateboarding,
drink a can. Drink a can.
Drink a can.
CANN.
Exactly, which I love cans.
Tell me more about can.
Cans.
Let's do a quick plug for my can. Talk about can.
Can, small milligram beverage with 2.5 to 5 milligrams of THC, sometimes with CBD, sometimes with Delta 8. Grapefruit, hibiscus, lemon.
You got all those fancy
lavender.
flavors in Cali. That's right. Well, we have lemon lavender here. Yeah, blood orange cardamom, ginger lemongrass,
Cannabis Cups.
grapefruit
Got
rosemary.
some great rankings, some great feedback. So send me a care package because I will
say less.
drink, consume, and promote your product.
Mark, say less. That's done. Plus, I'm going to
Cool.
load my trunk
Bring
up
the
when I
RV over.
see you. I'm going to bring you my own VP package. And when you get Gia's VP package, like, it's lifetime love. You feel me? Lifetime.
VP or VIP?
VIP. Also VP. It's whatever. It's both. It's a yes and.
VP, the vice president package.
I'm the vice president of the very important packages. Duh.
Exactly.
Follow along.
But yeah, love can. But I'm a joint smoker.
I love that.
Smoke nightly. Love it. Weekends, I'll indulge. Sometimes in the morning. Again, go
same.
skateboarding, float around, take a hike, whatever else.
What are your favorite strains?
And
And do you have favorite brands?
As the competition director, I don't like to be too biased.
Fair enough. But what about in general?
But one of the more standout ones. So I'm a fan of anything guava related, and there has been whether cannabis or not. I
haven't had anything guava.
Beverage, I would love it.
Wow.
Love anything guava.
I don't even know what guava really tastes like. Like a mango?
Well, you'll have to explore it.
Okay, done.
It is the most delicious tropical fruit. I am half Cuban, so it is a prevalent tropical fruit in Cuba and South Florida. So I was introduced to it from my grandmother, who's born and raised in Cuba, and
Shouts
I
to
loved
Grandma.
it. It comes in pastes, nectars, whatever else. And now people are making it in cannabis. So you see Connected making a guava strain.
Oh my gosh, you get all the good stuff, Mark. You get all the good stuff. I love. Have you had to buy? When was the last time you actually had to buy weed? When was the last time you actually had to pay for cannabis? You don't even remember when?
To buy weed?
Yeah.
3 years. Wanted to buy weed to help support a brand or
Fair
a
enough.
dispensary within this year.
Yeah, I love it still within a year's span. I love that. Okay,
Yeah,
so now we
exactly.
know what you like. I also I did peek on your Instagram a little bit.
Love that.
And the skate.
What'd you find?
Well, what stood out is the skateboarding. I love grown man skateboarding. That tells me there's
Perfect, I love that.
there's a real craft there.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So when I was growing up, I was in swimming and baseball, and that was when I was a real young kid. And then my father got me a skateboard from Kmart, me and my brother.
The best in
And I
class.
just took over.
Best in class.
Best in class.
Hey, Kmart.
Exactly.
Mark, how old are you? Can I ask?
I am 31 years of age
Oh, I don't know how you know about Kmart, but
because I'm a.
I thought they were all closed up by that time.
No, I know Circuit City. I know Barnes and Noble.
Oh,
and,
okay. You bring it back oldies.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
I guess another.
What was that other bookstore that got shut down? Barnes and Noble and
Borders.
Gone, man.
You
Like
might be too young for that, but yeah, I remember.
You're probably right. Okay, so let's get back to your skateboard romance.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I've been skateboarding for 20 years. It's helped me get through family trauma, through moving different places and adapting to new communities and trying to make new friends. And it was just a really great outlet. I can do it by myself. I can do it with friends. It's stress relieving. It's an exercise. It's just great physically and mentally. So I try to do that every weekend if I can.
Mark, it's dangerous. Like, that makes me nervous, all that flipping and the ankles and the knees and the risky,
knock
man.
on wood, I've luckily never had any serious injuries. Smacked my head a couple times, rolled a couple ankles.
Snap all that out.
This and that.
Yep, okay, got it.
Snap it out.
Just asking the questions.
Yeah, but I learned it. I got the motions down. I learned with a helmet for the most part, and then now I'm able to do it very comfortably without taking too many risks. And
I love it.
And it's amazing. I love it.
Do you meet a lot of chicks that way?
I guess so. I guess not so much in my life meeting them through skateboarding, but yeah, there's a lot of women that find skateboarding sexy, which I enjoy.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't, I guess I should have clarified, but yeah, I just wonder, like, hey, just rolling by the skater park, like, what's up? You want to go for a pop after? You know what I mean? Because, like, no, I don't know what to do.
Go for, you saying like a soda?
Yeah.
You must be from the Midwest, because everybody says pop and not soda.
I'm from Chicago, babe. Chicago.
There you go.
Look me up, man. Look me up. Ask a question. I'm just playing. I'm totally playing.
I'm ready to get to you. I just, you're asking all the questions now.
I know. So my vision was this episode, which we have a few more minutes. It's all about you, so that we can, when we dive into all the High Times juiciness, people understand, like, the man behind this work. and your passions, and we're picturing you on your skateboard and you got your High Times gear and you're smoking your J, you're rolling. We know you a little bit. That was the plan.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's what we all need to do. Everybody needs to understand that.
Right. Well, people just jump into the business right away. You know what I'm saying, Mark? Like,
right.
Like when you call your doctor, it's like, hey, how you doing? Hi, can I have your insurance card? Like, can you get to know me a second? I hate that.
Exactly.
I get so triggered by that. Like, just how are you? I'm good. I'm really well. How are you? So that's my plan.
And we are not defined by our job. And that's what people need to remember.
Yeah.
And I represent High Times a ton, and I post about it and all that stuff, and it's a part of my life.
That's right.
But it is not exactly who I am, and
In 3 words, though, who are you? 3 to 5 words, Mark. Who are you?
3 to 5 words. Wow.
I mean, don't overthink it. What's coming? Yeah.
I will actually bring up a card that somebody described to me.
There it is.
In 3 words. It is. It was a wedding. And it was the most thoughtful thing that I've ever seen at a wedding. But every person's place card had their name on it and 3 words that they felt described them.
Oh, my gosh.
So my 3 words were mayor, which I got the nickname Mayor Mark in college because I was just, social, friendly, approachable,
I get it.
whatever else.
I love that. Yes.
The next one was passionate because, if I care about something or somebody, I fight for it and I'm all about it and I can talk about it and sell it.
Yeah.
And the last one was commands the room.
That's hot.
So yeah,
that's for a man to command a room, man. That takes How do you think you do that?
I think I'm loud and I enunciate my words and I like to look people in the eye when I'm talking to them, and I can work a room. Dude,
I love you, man.
Present.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
But I see that. I always say, I can work a room like Frank Sinatra, man. I don't even know what that means exactly, but I got it. I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
I think it's a real gift.
Yeah.
I like to call it emotional intelligence, more than that, but my son plays basketball at UC San Diego, flex, full ride, flex. And flex. He has an ability to see the floor, tremendous IQ, right? And I was thinking about that. I was like, that's what I do. When I walk into a room, it's like, I can kind of see, and I genuinely want people to feel love. That's my MO. I genuinely want to connect with someone, even if it's for 2 minutes. Let it be genuine. Eye contact, shake a hand. I like that about you. I didn't get a chance to really, we didn't interact yet. We will. We'll get there.
We will, and I look forward to that. But yeah, I totally agree with you. I want people to feel warm and welcomed and a part of, the conversation. And, hopefully I can leave them better than I left them in whatever way that is.
That's real currency right there. That right there.
Yeah.
It's better than money.
Yeah. So those are my 3 words.
I love that.
From a friend.
Wow. I would like to acknowledge myself for that amazing question because it got you to tap into that beautiful memory, and shouts to those people who had that wedding. And if you're out there getting married, do that. Do that.
Exactly.
Get a card.
I'm totally stealing that.
Yeah.
Now, what's 3 words to describe you?
Oh, passionate, leader, comedian. Those are the 3 things.
You're a comedian.
Yeah. You know what? I really do live from my heart, which I think the passion comes up. And I say leader because I get things done. Always in life. I'll get it done. And then
we're getting this done.
We're getting this done. Get it done. And then I see the funny. I can see the funny in everything. I can, I think it's important because when I was doing more comedy, especially early on, I was looking to write, what's funny? So you start to look through this lens of life being funny. And then when you do that, your sort of your muscle memory is okay, what's funny about this? It's really a joy to live that way.
Yeah, it's all about how you perceive life.
100%.
Positive mental attitude and your outlook.
Okay, so Mark, we're going to come back. So tell me, where can people find more information about you and or High Times if they would like?
If they want information about me, I'm on social media at Mayor, MAYOR _Mark, MARK. But more things about High Times is at High Times Magazine, HighTimes.com. Yeah, that should be it. If anybody has any questions from this, they can hit me up at Kaz@HighTimes.com.
I love it. .com. And you can find me at Gia.Kubik, Kubik, on the IG. Okay. Mark, thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I appreciate you so much. I'm having so much fun. I don't want it to stop ever, ever. So as I always like to say, dear friends, welcome to the future of cannabis. My name is Gia. I'll be your tour guide.
You have been listening to a paid program sponsored by Get Elevated. Please be advised that the voices and opinions you heard do not necessarily represent the views of KUNV Las Vegas, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.